Today, we're diving into a debate that's heating up all across Utah. It's the ultimate Utah showdown, renters versus homeowners. Utah's economy is booming, and its housing market is no exception to this. With a growing population and a thriving job market, the Beehive State is attracting a lot of attention, especially from people looking to relocate from other states. But whether you're a renter or a homeowner, there are pros and cons to consider. Are you better off renting or buying a home? Is building equity really worth the hassle of maintenance? And can renters still live the dream without a mortgage? I'm answering all of these questions and more in today's video. So let's get into it. Now, before we begin, if we haven't met yet, my name is Robert. I'm a real estate advisor here in Utah, and I guide people just like you make a move to or within Utah. If this is the type of content you'll like to watch, consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on any relevant information about the real estate market here in Utah. Let's dive in. Let's start with renting. The rental market in Utah in 2025 is wild. The overall average rent between 1 to 3 bedroom apartment in Salt Lake City is around $1,437 with a square feet of 660 on average. In South Jordan is about $1,504 with an average square feet of 700 and 600, and in Saratoga Springs 1,447 for around 825 square feet. Prices vary a lot depending on the size of the place, location, and the demand for it. But here's the deal, renting still makes sense for a lot of people. Let's go and talk about the pros of renting. Flexibility. If you are not ready to settle down, renting gives you that freedom. Want to move to Park City for the ski season or relocate for a job in Lehigh? No problem. All you have to do is notify the current landlord and start searching for your next place. Lower upfront cost. No down payment, no closing costs, no taxes, nor HOA fees. In most cases, you usually need a deposit and first month rent, and you get the keys to move in. Less maintenance. Plumbing issue or broken furnace? No worries. That's the landlord's problem, not yours. A phone call should be sufficient for him or her to take care of that. Keep in mind that sometimes landlords don't want to make these repairs or take too long to actually make them. Cons of renting. No equity. Your monthly rent is going straight to someone else's pocket or their loan. So basically, you are paying someone else's mortgage. I like to call this a 100% interest rate because you won't see that money going back to your pocket ever. Rising rents. Utah rents are not slowing down. Year over year, increases are making long-term renting more expensive. They typically go up 2 to 5% every year. They never come down, or at least I have not seen that. Have you? Limited control. Want to paint your walls? Want to have guests for quite some time or get a big dog? Not so fast. You're living by someone else's rules, and you should know if you are allowed to do any of these things before getting in trouble. Now let's talk about home ownership. Utah's housing market has been booming, and we are still facing a shortage of inventory, even though it has been increasing since last month. Let's review the pros and cons of being a homeowner. Pros of buying. Equity building. Every payment you make on your mortgage is money towards your future. You are investing, not just spending. Although you are paying interest rates on the amount of money that you used to purchase, you are also paying to the principal. And if you ever needed to make a move, you can sell your house, pay off the mortgage, and still keep some cash, depending on how long you have been living there and the terms of the loan. Stability. Fixed rate mortgage. Your housing costs stay the same while rents rise. That's long-term peace of mind. Most mortgage programs out there offer a fixed interest rate for the lifespan of the loan and no prepayment penalty. This gives you the opportunity to plan your budget in a more controlled way. Freedom. You want to knock down a wall, build a deck, or install a smart fridge that talks to you, go for it. You live in your house and no one can tell you otherwise. Cons of buying: upfront costs. You'll need a down payment, closing costs, inspections, fees. It all adds up, so make sure you are financially prepared for taking this jump. Maintenance. You are the landlord now. If something breaks, it's on you. Unexpected things always happen, and you should be aware of this. Less flexibility. If you suddenly need to move, you need to sell your home, and this can take some time, especially in a slower market. And since we mentioned the average rent price for apartments, let's review the median home price for single-family homes in those same cities. Starting in Salt Lake at $622,250, South Jordan with a median home price of $715,000, and Saratoga Springs, single-family homes are going for $682,900. Before going deep here, here's an example of a real-life situation. In Lehigh, you might rent a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom townhouse for $2,300 a month. But with interest rates hovering around 6%, you could potentially buy a similar home with a mortgage payment not very far off. And you will be building your equity. So, which option is right for you? Let's break it down. You might want to rent if you are new to Utah and are still exploring cities, areas, and don't really know if you want to settle here. Maybe you want low commitment and high flexibility to move around to different places. Or maybe you don't have enough savings to make the investment nor to cover the expenses of buying a home yet. You may consider buying if you're planning to stay put for at least the upcoming 3 to 5 years, you are financially stable and ready for responsibility, or you want to invest in your future and build wealth through real estate. Here's a personal insight. As a realtor, I have worked with clients on both sides of this. Some who rented for years and finally bought their first house, and others who sold and went back to renting to simplify their lives. There's nothing wrong in either path. It's all about your season of life. It's not about which wins. It's about what's right for you in the specific situation you are having right now. Your goals, your finances, and your future. A question that I get asked a lot is, when is the right time to make the switch from renting to being a homeowner? And I can focus on a lot of different factors to best answer this. But I have found that there is one thing that can rule this decision. If your financial situation allows you to make mortgage payments without breaking the bank, and or if you have savings to cover your living expenses for at least 6 months, it's probably best to think about buying and start building your equity. If you have had experiences as either a renter or a homeowner here in Utah, I would love to read about them in the comments. Let me know, how has your experience been like here? If you are trying to figure out which path is best for you right now, let's have a conversation. I help people like you every day explore both options, renting or buying, and create a strategy that makes sense for their unique situation. Simply click the link I am leaving in the comment section to schedule a free consultation with me. If this video was helpful, subscribe to my channel for more real estate information and updates about life in Utah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.